Hi folks, I hope you're well. So this video, look, the reality is I know myself, I've got learning to do. I did a video the other day talking about, actually I don't know if I did a video about this at all, might have done. I was looking at something to do with math. It was a podcast, and there was a lady who's involved in maths, and she teaches maths. She's a professor or something about maths, and she tries to teach it in a way that it can be enjoyable for people. And she's basically saying, if people don't know, how can you expect them to know or realize how to do the maths or whatever? And that's true, isn't it, really? If people don't know, then that would be the situation, won't it, really? And it's true about the Word of God as well. It's true about most of the stuff that I've learned over the past few years. Yeah. I've learned it according to how I could learn it, not according to how others could. And so, therefore, that's going to be the situation, isn't it? I've learned it according to that way. But again, how to help other people to receive, well, that's a different matter, isn't it, really? Yeah. And so, dealing with that, helping people to receive it, well, I've got to learn to think about it from their view, maybe. Or maybe they've got to be ready to just receive it however it's given. I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's not my concern at the moment, because of the fact, if I'm not learning how to do it in their way, maybe they've got to learn to receive it in whatever way. I don't know. So, I mean, look, do I think it's going to be done according to the way that church wants to do things right now? No. No, I don't. I don't think that's true. No, I don't think that would be the case, will it, really? No. But then again, I don't know. And again, I know that for me, I'm not the most gentle of people to speak about such things, because for me, again, if it's obvious to me, then I find it difficult to understand how it's not obvious to other people. But of course I do. Yeah. And again, it's not judging other people, it's just the reality. If it's so obvious to me, then it doesn't make sense it's not so obvious to others. It doesn't. But, and therefore I can talk about it from that point of view of it not making sense. And of course, other people may get offended by that. Because again, if I need to see it from their point of view, they need to see it also from mine, don't they? Yeah, and that's why when I'm in church, I speak to people about the fact that God is everything to me. Therefore, helping them to understand my point of view. So when I speak about God teaching me this, that, or the other, well, yeah, that would be the case. It might not be for them, because if they have a job, if they have a family, if they have this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that, well, I don't have that. I have God, and He is everything to me. So, yeah, it's going to be. If I only have God, then obviously He's going to be everything to me. He won't necessarily be everything to everyone else, will He? Yeah. So again, that's obvious, isn't it, really? Completely and utterly obvious, yes. But these are things that have to be understood from both points of view. Again, I'm never going to be the sort of person, never going to be the sort of person that churchy or good little Christians are going to want to really spend time with. No more than they're going to be the sort of person that I'm going to want to spend time with. Not while they're being that. I'm not going to be changed enough by God. Oh, for goodness sake, I really hope not. That I'm going to want to spend time with people like that. And again, there's going to be people like that come across to other people as being lovely, and they will be. And I get that, but they won't come across as lovely to me because, if they think it's important to look a certain way rather than be, then sorry, I have no interest. And I get it. In the world, we have this point of fake it until you can make it. And I get that there's a degree of intelligence in that. But, yeah, I think with regards to God, yeah, we're supposed to understand where we are so that we can get to where we need to be. And truth is something that is fundamental. But right now, we don't have that. And I get that right now we don't have that. But I also get that I shouldn't in any way, shape or form try to be what these other people are. I know that. I know that I can't try to be that, because if I do, one thing I'm going to do is fail, because I can't. It's not me. It's not who I am. Secondly, if I do succeed in being them, when they need me to be who I am now to help them, to have that relationship with God, I can't be that, because I'll be more like them. And so, when Craig gives it all that crap about, people having the courage to be vulnerable, he has no idea what he's talking about. Absolutely none. The courage to stay on a path which you know is going to keep you in a position where it's just going to be you and God. Because the human... What would that be called? One of the biggest points about humanity is you need to be part of, and you need to be around people. Being around people is fundamental. You're going to do that. You're going to have... I get it. I understand from a church point of view when they say you're going to have fellowship, that in a way they're right. Yeah, in a way they are. Of course, in a way they're right. But, of course, you've got to have fellowship that's going to help you to grow. It's not about having fellowship for the point being having fellowship. Fellowship is supposed to help you to grow and develop and mature and learn new things. And it's supposed to do all of that. If it's doing all of that, great. If it isn't, then there's no point to it. And so, but yeah, we desire that. We desire to meet with people and talk with people and share with people. Yeah, that's why not Sunday gone, the Sunday before, when they had a bunch, when I was talking to the pastor and we were both talking, we were both listening, that was good. We both enjoyed that. Because it was sharing with each other. And, that is something that we should be desiring, isn't it, really? And so therefore, staying on that path where it's just you and God and you don't have a lot of that other stuff that humans really do desire, then that's tough. That's courage. And so, the whole idea of understanding from a weak person's point of view, I can't do that. That's why me and Craig will never be friends. Because he's a weak person. His point of view is, if someone he was basing his point on the man that I critiqued and said that him saying that God wanted him to pray that the gates of heaven would be open and that the blessings of heaven would flow down after the gates of heaven were opened, that God wouldn't ask him to do that because the gates of heaven have never been closed. Yeah. He thought that obviously that person had courage to make himself vulnerable to lie. And it's like, no. Courage is when you are willing to speak truth when you know you could be attacked by speaking truth. That's courage.